Okay, hello. I'm going to be demonstrating how you can use xnamobileunit to write a simple unit test. It's just a quick demo to get you up and running. And what we're going to do, we're going to create a brand new game. And it's going to be Xna Game Studio 4.0, Windows 4.0. And we're going to name it My Game. You save that game. And that would be your actual game, whatever game you're working on. Just write it, put it there. And as soon as that gets created, we're going to need to create another one. And that other game is actually going to be our unit test code. It's going to be our unit test assembly. So we add a new, not from there. I always want to do it from there, but it's actually from here. We add a new project. And we're going to call this one my game dot unit test. And then what we're going to do, we're going to actually add a reference to the library. Let's go find our library. In my game, let's create a brand new folder. And let's name it library. We're going to put our third party DLLs in there. And let me go out and get the actual assembly. I have it stored somewhere here. And this assembly, you can actually download it from, and I'll show you the URL in a second. Now that we've done that, we add a reference to that assembly. And we must also add a reference to our game. And just to do it a little bit different, well, not different than TDD, actually, it is the way to do TDD. What we're going to do is we're gonna write our test first. So we're going to create a brand new test. And this is a test that we're going to be using to test a fictional food class. So we're gonna call this food test. And we're going to make this class public. And one of the requirements in this case for the framework is to use inheritance instead of class attributes. And you can see C# is asking for the namespace, so let's put the namespace in there. Since test fixture is an abstract, then we have to implement a member, a context member. And we're going to write a test. It's public. It has to be public. It doesn't have to be void, but it should be. It doesn't do anything with the result. And then we're going to say should return bar. And we're going to say food say a third that are equal. We're going to say bar and say foo bar. Of course, we haven't written this code yet. We haven't written foo, so we're not going to. This is not going to build. So let's go write it just so that it can build. Let's go to our game and create the class foo. This would actually be a class that for your actual game. Foo is just a quick and dirty demo. Just a quick class. Let's create foo. So let's add foo. And public. And let's have a method. Public string bar. And for now, let's just get it to return. Okay. String that into our code now. Once we build, actually it doesn't wait till we build it. Actually, it's now to a point where it looks like it would run. Before we do that, before we can run any test on this, we have to add functionality to this particular game. And there's something called test UI, which is part of the xnamobileunit API. Call it test UI. We're going to new it up in the constructor. And it requires a reference to this game. And test UI is a drawable component, so we can actually add it to components for the game, and we don't have to worry about calling the draw and update individually. It's just going to be called by the game itself, so we pass it. Then in the load content, we go ahead and say we're going to need a font. So I misspelled font. Right font. Font equals content.load. We still have to create this font, but let's go ahead and write the code. One, which is the default name when you add a font. So we set the font and we call test UI dot run test. It requires the assembly of the test that you're running. Since it's for this assembly, we can say this for the class. That's going to give me the type, and then I can just say assembly, and that'll take care of that. One thing that I like to run it is in the draw. I like to make my screen black. And additionally, we must add the sprite font to our content. So we're going to add new item, and we're going to add a font. And once we have the font, let's make it a 20 font. 14 is a little small. We'll save it, and we're ready to run our test. One thing you have to make sure is, since these are both games, this one and this one, my game unit test has to be start a project when you run a test. Otherwise, you're not going to get anything but your actual game running, whatever that happens to be. So let's set this as the start a project. And let's run it and see what happens. Oh, performing errors. Design license agreement no. You have to make sure that you actually have said emulator if you're using the emulator application device. So let's go ahead and try it again. You can see it's loading. It's ready. Let's see what our emulator. You can see that. Ooh, zero test passed, zero test failed. Okay, so we didn't have any tests, and let's see why that is. Let's go back to stop our debugger, and let's take a look at our food test. Oh, okay, we didn't decorate this with test method. That's why we didn't have any tests. Let's try it again. This time we should run one test, and it should actually fail. And the test failed, and it did not return bar. So what we need to do is go figure out why it failed. So let's go look at what our actual foo bar method is returning. It's returning string empty. So we're going to have it return bar. And this time it should pass. It's ready. And as you can see, this time one test passed, zero test failed. If you need to scroll, if you have a lot of tests and you need to scroll, this thing will scroll vertically and it will scroll horizontally. So that's pretty much it to getting your test to run. You can add more tests. Remember, you just keep adding tests here in your unit test. It's already set up to run, and it's just gonna pick them up and it's gonna run them. And just to give you an example, we can add another test here. Stop debugging. You have another method. Let's say that you're expecting string anything. You know it's gonna fail. We run our applications out of my. I'm gonna pick up this test. And as you can see, it picked up the other test. It tells you the class that it failed. It tells you that the method toolbar return bar passed. The return string empty failed. Should return string empty. And so that's pretty much it. Enjoy.